Hello, very good evening again. Very sorry about that. We seem to have a little bit of a technical issue, which I think has cleared now. And welcome back to the show. This is Cafe Clairvoyance. I'm your host, Phil Griggs, and let's crack on with the show and give a bit of intro, and off we go. Hello, very good evening to you again. Okay, right. So just to carry on with the show and where we were leaving off there, we wanted to just say here that through the week, Andy came on. He was a spiritual farmer. He wanted to show his version of spirituality through farming, which is very, very interesting. And the feedback and comments that we got from you guys was just wonderful. So thank you very much indeed. Also during the show this evening, we'd like you to share the show. Just get it out there, let people know that this is a free show and that people can come on and they can see this, and it's something there to entertain you guys rather than watching some cheesy old soap on the television. All right, I'm sorry if I'm insulting your shows there, but even if you're watching some cheesy old soap, you can come onto this and you just watch the different shows coming on. Anyway, so looking at your forecast, going through the show this evening, look at your forecast and what's going on here, and which we'll do very shortly. But first of all, though, let's give a little shout out to people, a little shout out here. Maria, she came through and she said that what she was looking at here was she kept seeing numbers. And the first number she kept seeing here was number 21. And what did this mean? Well, it's interesting here because 21s are very much about the energy associated with creativity, doing something spiritual, coming out with something new about yourself here. It's also about, has an element to do with relationships, so perhaps you're turning a more creative element into working relationships around you even better. And also here, it's a terrific energy if you're wanting to starting something new in the future from a completely different perspective. So sometimes those energies there are absolutely fantastic, absolutely wonderful. Anyway, so through the show this evening, we're also going to be talking about, we're doing a shout out through the show, see the different people we wanted to give shout outs to, and who they are and where they're all coming from. So what we want to do here, say to you first of all here, coming up on the show next week, coming up on the show on Tuesday. Tuesday we have Jamuna Jivena Das. Jamuna Jivena Das, yes. He's a follower of Hare Krishna, if that's the right way to put this. And for me, the show, what's it going to be about? I haven't got a clue. Other than here. I know a little bit about this, but he was actually talking to me through the week here about this. I thought it's absolutely fascinating. And so this is something here which I think is going to be an intriguing show to say the least. And yes, let's see how this goes. That's going to be on Tuesday evening, and that's going to start at 8 o'clock in Spain and 7 o'clock in the UK. Also through the show this evening, we've also got, I also want to show you now on Wednesday morning, we've got the astrology show, which is with my good friend Guillermo. There's always a lively show, what's going on there. And then also, guys, what we've also got coming up here is in the evening is I've been running a mediumship development group, and the mediums there have just been absolutely incredible. And so I've asked one to step forwards and just do a little live pop-up with me on Wednesday evening. So that's going to be at 6:30 in Spain, 5:30 in the UK. And this is just a show, this is just to introduce a very nice lady. She's actually called Evita. And this is a picture of Evita. So she's coming onto the show, and she's going to be discussing spirituality, mediumship, and she's actually going to come on then live later on through the year. I think she's on live on the 27th of October, which is a little way away. But Evita's going to come onto the show. She'll chat about what she's up to and her version of spirituality and how she's been developing her skills. Good, good, good. And also here for Jamina, here's his photograph. So he's going to be coming on the show. And very nice little bit of photograph. Nice little picture there of him. And so he's coming on the show on Tuesday evening, which starts at 8 o'clock in Spain, 7 o'clock in the UK. Look forward to that there. I'm sure it'll be an absolutely wonderful time. And so hope your weekend's going well, whatever you guys have been doing, and hope things are going your way. Hope they are now, because the energy with the planets, or where the energy is turning now, is slowly turning away from this Lion's Gate. Yeah. So for some of us here, this Lion's Gate, which actually opened up on the 8th of August, unleashed either an enormous amount of positivity, or at least an enormous amount of stress or anguish for some people. Some people found it very conflicting. Be interested to know what you guys thought of this, how your energies were with this. It just seemed to be very much there. Now, yes, shout outs. Let's do a little shout out here. Let's do another shout out to Healing in Javier. This is a lovely group which is in Javier in Spain. And I just shoot that out there. There it is. Holistic healing, physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being in Javier. And called Healing Javier. Lovely little group out there, and they like to come through and say what they're doing. So marvelous. Thank you very much, guys. It is lovely to be able to give you a shout on the show. And anybody else we need to give a shout out to? Let's give a shout out to Maria Helmsley. She was actually she's coming on in the next few weeks, and she's going to be talking about spiritual hairdressing. So this is going to be an interesting show as well. And anybody else got? Oh yes, let's give a shout out to Chick's Crop Shop. Chick's Crop Shop, which are in Bedfordshire, in Dunsborough and Bedfordshire. Let's give a shout out to them. Let's give you a little round of applause, guys. Yay, that's the way we want to go. That's the way we want to go. Good, good, good. And also, what other information they want to show you guys here? Let's also give a little shout out to Kelly Johnson. Kelly Johnson here, and she's actually coming through, and this is what she does. She creates mandalas. Now it looks like a picture, doesn't it? That is months of artwork. That is months of artwork there. So I think that is absolutely incredible. And she comes on the show in October as well. But I just wanted to show you guys, she designs these mandalas. And so Kelly will come onto the show. She's going to tell us how she does it, how long it takes her, what they all mean. And we're also going to work doing mini readings of this as well. And she's actually going to put your mandala up on the screen. How's that? You couldn't get more entertaining than this now, could you? Just not at all. Just so much going on here. Good. Let's also have a look at other things which are going on here. Anybody else need to go to? No. So that's about it at the moment. Now let's go on to your astrology forecast and see what's going on there with you guys. Let's just have a little look. So here we are with the astrology. Here, and this is all your star signs here. Guys, for some reason, I got no feed coming through at all, so I'm just going to talk to you until something out there in the computer network is playing up today, but I've got no feed coming through. So I'm just going to talk to you through the show, and hopefully you'll understand this, and the people who have written in before, information will get through there. It may be that the producer is able to get messages through, but at the minute I'm a bit stuck with this. Anyway, right, okay, so this is astrology. Now, if you notice here over the past few weeks, I've been saying here, if you look at the star charts here, how everything is working on this side of the chart, all the planets, all the energies there, things going around this side. But things are starting to change, because we've got this over this side now, just down here, just down there, that's it. We've got the Sun and Mercury. They're now moving into Virgo, which is a happier time, maybe a better time for us, because the energy is starting to shift, because now we've got the trines of the earth signs coming up. And the trines of the earth signs here, they're great news. They're great news here, because what they're showing for us here is that new energy is starting to come through, and perhaps we're going to see and see how we can work with this energy, and especially on a new dimensional level, however we would understand that. Now, when we say about different dimensions here, we're actually looking at this new energy that's coming through and seeing it as being extremely positive. But it's areas here where sometimes what the Sun and Mercury is asking us to do is chill out, just relax, and just kick back for a little while. when sometimes hear about well, hang on a minute, what do you mean by kill out, by just check out and relax? Well, it's because all these energies now are starting to just slow down a little bit. They're taking the pressure off. Take the pressure off. Got Venus over there in Cancer. And in Cancer, they're just spending out oodles of love, especially with home matters and areas like this here. But also here, it's we'll find it now that a lot of energy is going to start to get freed up, which is going to be extremely positive. That's a lovely energy. We start seeing this energy becoming freer. What we've also got here in this is what we will need though is a little bit of sense of self-discipline, and the reason we're being that is because Mars, which is just there, is making a square to Saturn, which is just there. So what this energy is actually showing to us here is that sometimes we just need to have a little bit of structure, a bit of organization around us all here, and then we'll find ourselves being absolutely in a great place and being fine. Now, the other energy here, which I wanted to talk about to you guys, is very nice lady, Laura, what she wrote in. And she said here, she said that, is she a light worker? What does this mean, being a light worker? Well, this is interesting. And I just give you the terminology here about light working. Now, if we looked in the past, we have probably read loads and loads of magazines, loads of details about spirituality, and often in these Mind, Body and You magazines, you heard the term light worker. Well, what does it mean? Well, there's no scientific explanatory fact that says what a light worker is, other than it's a term which became popular really in the 1980s, and the author of this was Michael Murdad. And Doreen Virtue also released a book called The Light Worker's Way, which was a bit later, about the 1990s. So the term light worker really started to come up then. And really what we're talking about here is people who like to help other people. People, especially if they're younger, especially if they're animals, and people who are in, if they're coming through from a spiritual cause, helping people who are suffering in some particular way or form. I mean, we could talk about the people who go out on the Red Cross. We could talk about the people who go out to foreign countries and with aid and things like this. They do it purely off their own back. They get very little money other than survive what they need to help these people. And we could call a lot of those people then light workers. Now, Laura here and her friend Mariana is very, very interesting people because they're both working here. Now, Mariana's doing this at the moment. She's actually in London. And she's opening up the awareness of trafficking of children, which is a horrible thing to do, horrible thing to really talk about, and yet it happens. So we need to make awareness of this. When is this here? And they're actually doing that this weekend at the moment. And you'll probably see us, if you're in the UK, you'll probably heard a lot about this on the news. And but as we see here, unfortunately, so much travel now of people moving around the world, coming from one country to another. This is an area where people seem to slip underneath, and people who, children especially here, are being used and manipulated, which is not a particularly nice thing. But when you've got people who look after, want to fight, want to support children like this, that's fantastic. They're light workers. I'll just go as those light workers here. Also here, yes, commit to serving humanity, helping others by raising consciousness. And if we raise consciousness about events like this, then absolutely fabulous. We're doing something amazing, aren't we? We're doing something incredible. And I think this is a beautiful, beautiful thing to discuss and talk about. It's also working on intuitive. It's following your intuition and following your gifts here of healing towards those who are in need of help. So although we're talking about children, we could also be talking about older people. We could also be talking about people who are just in difficulty. And yes, so that's very much there. Now she asked here, Laura asked here, am I a light worker? Am I a light worker? Because, well, if you're doing something which is helping protect children or to greater awareness of child trafficking and things like this, like Mariana is, then yes, I would say here you're a light worker because you're there to protect children. Specifically though, this is interesting because I actually worked on your numbers for your birth dates here. And that's interesting because you actually come up as a 3-5. A 3-5, and that's interesting. 3-5-8. The 3 is about communication. 3 is about communication. So raising awareness through communication. We think here, you, me, consciousness in the triangle. That's the 3, and I think that's a very important fact that we could actually look at there as great threes are able to communicate to others, and especially if we're raising consciousness, then we're doing something great, aren't we? We're doing something amazing, amazing, amazing. Also, what we've got here is with your numbers here, the 5 is the interesting part here, because that is the radical. That is the radical part of your personality, which says here that you could do things to extremes. And if you're putting it to this purpose, then fantastic. Fantastic, because that makes you mighty powerful, where people here, it's almost like here, you cannot stop me talking. You cannot stop me voicing my opinions. You cannot stop me from raising awareness of something which is very, very important in life at the moment. And yes, so I think a round of applause to you guys out there doing that. A round of applause. That's just amazing, beautiful. But then that rounds up to an 8. Rounds up late, but that's interesting as well, because that what highlights around you is this energy around you here, where you're able to put this focus, this power, this importance to doing something like this, and what it brings back to you. Often with the light worker, here, they give out their consciousness and healing to other people, but the light worker here often is a person who doesn't ask for anything. The universe gives them back. How's that? The universe gives them back. Okay, a little bit of this, and let's come on to the next part. Okie dokie, as we come back to the show here, let's look and see what's going on here. And first of all, because we are in the star sign, and the sun has just moved into Virgo, guys, let's put up Virgo, let's do your horoscopes for the week and see what's coming up here. So first of all, Sun and Mercury in your sign there, but they'll also make a fantastic link over to Uranus, which is in Taurus this week here. And I think you're going to have a pretty special time. I mean, the sun's not going to get there for about 10 days, which actually makes that link over to Taurus, over to Uranus there. But needless to say here, you're going to feel this energy start to get better and better. And I think here as well, it's helps you to get jobs done. I mean, Virgos love this. Oh yes, give me a job, I'll go and get it done. They need a taskmasters, and also need to keep things very organized, very clean, and very, very strong in that sense. Keep firm structures on plans, watch over assertion, and watch your health a little bit. So for Virgos here, just take care of that little bit there. For Libra here, beautiful sign of Libra. Don't it look lovely? Librans always look pretty lovely and things like this. Whether you've got a moon in Libra or whether you've got the sun in Libra, it's always nice there. Career matters and the interest close to your heart. Make this a good week. Yes, career matters and matters close to the heart. So I think that's fabulous. Whether intended or not, past interests begin to fade. Now, that's interesting here, isn't it? You think, oh my God, what is it I've got to let go of? Well, actually, they'll start to fade. They'll start to let go, whether you're conscious of this or not. But I think that's an important part of Libra here, is they're starting to shift dimensions. And this is part of September as well, is to be able to look on different levels of dimensions and what's going on around us. I think that's fabulous. Scorpio, hey, great social times. Isn't it about time you had some social interaction out there, guys? Isn't it about time you had some fun? And I think that energy you got coming through your life there is just magic. You know that song, You Have a Friend in Me, You Have a Friend in Me, and it's almost something out of the Jungle Book, probably, somewhere like that. But there is, yes, it's Shere Khan, isn't it? Trust in me, trust in me. Well, that's just Khan. Yes, Khan the snake here with his twirling eyes. Trust in me, trust in me. Well, Scorpio, for you guys here, I'll say for you here, is to trust in friends, trust in people. Your social life's going to get a bit better. And you guys haven't had it easy of late, have you? Well, it's going to start warming up and get a little bit better. Good. Sagittarius, you guys here, lots to talk about, you're going to find over the next few weeks or so, and especially about money, and matters which are going to be about your values, about even if you're setting up, right, I've got to set up a new health plan, or a new focus, new dimension, new belief of some kind, something that you're going to follow for quite some time. I think September you'll find an easy month to take this into appreciation here, so fantastic, that's fantastic. Also here, there's also here, I think you'll find here as well, that the other bit you'll need to do here sometimes is just take your time and take your patience. Yes, patience. Patience, Sagittarius. Sagittarians always look into the future, rather than sometimes where Leos sometimes look in the past. Sagittarians look at the future, go, what's happening next? What's happening next? It just says, it's coming. Just trust. Just relax. Just relax. Okay, right, Capricorns. News from afar, which is always good news, isn't it? News from overseas or news from different places may come up here, especially the Sun and Mercury have gone into Virgo. It's also maybe a good time to go and travel, go and do different things like this. So, but you may find new beginnings, a great time for study, great time for learning things, and where you're going in this dimension here. Right, but it's all going to make you feel quite alive. And Capricorns always like to keep busy. They tend to be the workers, the zodiac, and trying to keep things organized and structures and things like this. Often find Capricorns are great in uniforms. Well, you never know. You might like to dress up in uniform. See how you feel. See how you get on. Good. Anyway, so yes, the news from far, which could provide something to you, which could open up doorways for you, which come out the next week or so. You could find this very entertaining indeed. And for Aquarius, okay, home news is good for you guys. News around the home matters is going to get a bit better for you. Okay, right. Keep talking. Revealing discussions gets things off your chest. You'll find here the matters which you've just been thinking, there's been this problem, that problem. Keep talking. You're the friend of the zodiac, but sometimes you need a friend too. You're a friend too. I need a friend. Yes, we all need friends here. So I think here during this particular time here, Aquarius, I think if you're talking, if you're keeping matters open there, discussing things with people, then absolutely fantastic. You'll find that to be this in general, though. This is going to be an easier time. Pisces. Let's have a look at you guys. Pisces, what's going on here? Dream big, and love looks good. Pisces, I think you're in an amazing time here because Venus, which is over in Cancer, makes an amazing link over to Neptune, which is in your sign. It's just coming up. You probably feel the warm vibes coming your way. In fact, water signs in general. So even for you, Scorpio, which is just done here, talked about, you're going to find here this is a harmonious time for the Venus, and the higher vibration of Venus, which is Neptune, is going to bring this energy really out into a good form here. So fantastic news. That's just going to seem to work absolutely brilliant. And Taurus. Aries rather. Be decisive for plans and what you're doing here. You're going to find this is going to be, okay, you've got some choices to make this week here. But Mars is squaring Saturn. Now, that doesn't mean to say here you're going to get blocked or things are going to go wrong. No, far from it. Far from it here. What this means to say to you here, to you guys here, is this is a new energy that's coming in here. And it's saying here, yes, as much as you can relax, there is a time you've got to make sure that plans are in line. Plans are in line through the week. Get your days in order. Get things working right. If they're left too open, they'll go a bit amiss. They'll go a bit, well, I thought it meant yesterday. No, that was tomorrow. No. Oh, which day are we talking about then? Yes. So keep things in order here. You'll find things will go a lot better. A lot better for you. Let's have a look at Taurus. Right, new vitality and about time you rested. Focus on the future and not the past. Now, the reason why this here is because you've got Uranus, which is in your sign at the present time here, is making these very positive links over to the Sun and Mercury. But it is about looking ahead. It is about even new ventures, things like this here. But rest. Taurus, rest, slow down, take it easy. Sometimes here mentally you're putting yourself under a lot of duress and we just don't need to do that. We just need to take our time and keep it resting, keep it easy. How's that there? How's that? Cancer. Well, Cancer here. Well, I'm going to say here, you know that song here, I think Frank Sinatra, like Strangers in the Night. Well, maybe new people are coming into your life that you're feeling maybe a little bit strange, a bit different. You know, a bit different than normal. You're meeting new people, think they're a bit different, they are a bit strange. But you know how it is, life here. What makes life so interesting, what makes the flotsam and jetsam of life so fantastic is the different people you have in your life. So don't be surprised, Cancer, that you've got these new people coming into your life here and just how you can adapt, things as well. I find songs as well. And even to find songs, things that is very interesting. I think Cancer, would you understand it? Like for example here, most songs have got something about a dog in them. I mean, even yes, it's somewhere in a song. There's something about a dog. I mean, take a Frank Sinatra song, for example, here, like Scooby Dooby Doo, be dooby dooby, dooby dooby doo. See, it's all about dogs. And for you here, it's about strangers in the night, exchanging flip flops, left one for the right. Yeah, Cancer. Just be, just be prepared for interesting new people coming to your life here. And finally, let's get through to Leo. And although the Sun and Mercury have left your sign, that is not going to reduce your life or bring life down or anything, any way, shape or form here. No, what it's saying here is that money matters around you Leos, actually going to start going quite well. Now, sometimes here with Leos, you guys are, but the past, it wasn't so good. All those struggles I went through. Yeah, yes, forget all that. Look forwards now, Leo. Look forwards, and start looking, go and speak to a Sagittarian, for example, about the future. Yeah, or find a Capricorn to give you new structure, and you'll find here that you guys are actually going to be able to sort of initiate a new plan, a new start. And sometimes we've got to look at it this way, and I think you'll find life will just be amazing, there. So money matters and career matters are going to go work well, and but with a sense of prudence. So sometimes it's no rush, just need to take our time, because the energy is saying here, don't rush, just kick back. We can have new starts, we can have new energies, but some of the stuff we need to look at here is just to take it nice and easy. Okay, right, so let's come on to here. Laura, I'm going to come back to you in a minute and actually look at something else here, but Jay, let's come on to you here. She's actually asked here, she said here, good evening to you, Jay. I hope you are well. I hope you're enjoying yourself here, and hope you had a great weekend. And Jay, your numbers here are 303. And what does this actually mean for you this week here? Well, it's a very interesting week indeed. I think you're going to find this quite up your street, should I say here, up your street. So your life path, now you've got these numbers here which are 303, but you're actually going through a life path through a number 7, which is about spirituality. And your question here is about love. Now, the one thing I say here is look at your energies here is, and you're, if I believe right, I think you're a Cancerian, aren't you? Cancerian, which is about just meeting different people. It's about understand, just relate things nice and easy. Would you understand here if I said to you that the one thing Cancerians are advised not to do at the moment is to take on board other people's problems, other people's issues? Yes, just take care that you're not doing that, because unfortunately here, if we do start doing that, we then start on taking on issues, problems, and it's not going to work out for you. In fact, if anything here, it goes the wrong way. But we're going to look at your energy here, and I'd say for you, just to be a little bit careful of that just at the moment. Now, interesting here too, Jay, because I also get a feeling here you're coming up to like a T-junction in some respects here. You've got to go one way or the other. It's one or the other. And I get a feeling you're thinking about things here. Now, as much as the energy is saying here, okay, move on from the past, the Lion's Gate has brought up something which has brought something up to the present, which you've got to deal with now and you can't ignore. Now, it's saying here you can't ignore this. An opportunity is going to come up to you which is related to the past on this. And this past opportunity is actually going to bring in a lot of harmony your way, a lot of harmony in your life here. And I think you're going to actually thoroughly enjoy it. What this means for you here is I think you could have a trip abroad. And you'll go, what? Yes, a trip abroad, even opportunities abroad. I would say here where your life's concerned at the moment, Jay, just look at things very openly and relax on this here. I wouldn't get too focused and stressed about anything. I would say here, just sit back and just let matters come and go. See how you feel. Yes, let's take that off there now. And let's come back into you guys. So let's have a look here. I'm just shuffling the cards. I'm just shuffling away the cards here for you, Jay. I'm just going to stop right there and see how this goes here. All right. 3 piles of cards. I've got the left, the middle, and the right here. And for you, I'm actually going to go for the left. Let's go for the left and see how this works for you. And, okay. Jay, your cards are coming up here. Okay, it's interesting here. Yes, there's travel coming up. There's going to be travel coming up. Also here, there's a man either in your life or coming into your life who's very, very successful, but holds your interests at heart. You're aware you have got to let go of the past. Now, it's easy, isn't it, to say here the past, because the past is a huge dimension of time and activity from one thing to another. But for you, it's about let go of the emotional past, embrace the future, and you'll be a very, very, very happy soul. You've got the Three of Cups there, which is, I love that energy, and I just get the feeling with this here, it's bringing things through to you. I actually have a lady here who wants to come over as well. She's just talking to me now, just coming into the reading. And what she's actually looking at with you here is to say to you that I get the feeling that she's actually, yes, she's saying to be here. It's interesting here because she's talking about cutting hair. Now you're talking about cutting hair. So there's going to be a lot of work or talk about business. She's just talking a bit about business here. Now, would you understand here, an opportunity which you thought had died is actually going to come back to you. It's going to come back to you and be with you very, very strong so with a strong new purpose, strong new energy. You're going to think, wow, this is magic. Money is going to come into this, but then also there's this outside card here, this opportunity, which is just incredible. Now, one thing you're going to see here is with the situation that you're in, could you see yourself there in the same situation in 10 years' time doing what you're doing? That's an interesting question to ask a lot of people, I just think. Do the same thing in 10 years' time. If you can, great. If you can't, you're going to have an opportunity which is going to step you out of this and move you on. But I do see abroad, though. I am really pulled with abroad. I'm really pulled from the UK and probably to Spain. But I just pick up here is that your opportunity with money in front of you just looks fantastic. But people from afar, that's a Cancerian thing going on at the moment. It's people from afar. And how things can look good, but they're not in another way. Hope this is making sense to you. But I've got this lovely lady here, lovely lady here, and she just wants to say to you here, you know, when she just gave me a sweet, which is suck on a toffee. You know, you say suck on a toffee, just go, I just think about things with it. That's what she's asking you to do. Just suck on a toffee, just do anything. Don't make decisions. Don't think you've got to do this, you've got to do that. Just take your time. And if you need to chat on this, be more than happy to chat with you. And hopefully that works with you. The colour pink with you, colour pink is, and sometimes we associate this as being about relationships. Well, yeah, I guess it is. But also, it's also about protection. About protection, keep yourself very safe. And if you're feeling that you need to keep yourself in that dimension at the moment, then fantastic. Please do so. Right, Laura, let's come back to you. Let's come back to you here. You've asked here if you're a light worker, but let's just do a general around you here because I just feel there's need to do this. And actually, as I'm talking to you at the moment, Laura, I get a feeling of two spirits that want to come either side of me here. And they're saying to me at the moment that would you understand, would you understand you've got to keep things very quiet? Would you understand what you know in some respects, some areas of your life here, you just keep quiet. You just observe it. It's almost like keeping very still. For a Gemini, it must be impossible. Anyway, there you go. Anyway, so this is about keeping still here. This energy which you're going through at the present time, I'm picking up here, is just being cautious here. This is what they're saying to you. You've got a very angelic guide with you. So working, light working, helping children, helping people. This angelic guide is stepping beside you here just says this. So that's interesting to say to you. Unfortunately, the feed for some reason isn't working so well this evening. It must be a technical error not on our part, but on the app side of things here. But we'll sort that out by the next show, definitely. Anyway, but this is what I'm hearing here. Just say this to you. And actually, as I look at the cards and see where they're guiding you towards, let's have a little look here and see where things are going. Right. Okay. Let's have a look here. So I'm just going to cut the pack into 3 piles around you. And just see what comes up here. Got left, the middle, and the right. Left and the right. Now, would you understand if I told you a lady called Rose or Rosie? Rose or Rosie. She's just coming through. Rose or Rosie. Just hearing this particular name here. And actually, I'm going to have a bit of fun with you guys, if I can call it like this, fun, in a very short time. I'm just going to... my goodness. I've actually got... Paul's come through on YouTube. Guys, if you can't get through on the feed, if you can't get through on Facebook, just go straight onto YouTube, onto Cafe Clairvoyance, and you'll be able to get through on the feed. This is a Facebook issue. It's a Facebook issue. It's not anything else here. I can see what the problem is now. If you want to get conversed through on the feed, please come through on YouTube. Paul, thank you very much for just dropping that message in there, and it's great to see you. And actually, we'll be having a chat with you, sir, very, very soon, because I require your assistance. Yes. Right. Okay. So, Laura, let's just have a look here. Now, it's interesting here is because it's about self-love around you. Caitlin, hello, and good evening to you. So you guys now are coming on YouTube. So everybody, if you want to go onto YouTube, you can do just Cafe Clairvoyance on YouTube, click live on the show there, and we'll be able to come through. Facebook have got an issue. So it's, yes, this is just identifying this here. So lovely to see you guys. And right, now it's interesting here, it is about self-love and what's going on here. There's an issue about work, an issue about a profession here. There's not much communication over a matter, and you're going to say here, which is advisable, just to take yourself away from a situation which you're advised not to get too involved in. Hopefully that works out with you. But love around you, self-love, people, friendships, things like this here, developing around you, fantastic. Thanks. He says, you're welcome. Look forward to the chat. Yes. You'll love the task that you have set in front of you. It is a task. So you choose to accept it, which I've just chosen you to accept. Fantastic. Caitlin, lovely to see you this evening, and I hope you're well. Good. Right. Okay. Yes. So let's have a little look here and see what else is coming through here. Helen Grady. Yay. She's coming through. Everybody's coming through on YouTube now. So guys, you see what you've got to do? You've got to come off Facebook and go straight into YouTube, and it's fine. It's a Facebook issue tonight. So it's their issue now. Now, whilst I'm doing this here, I'm just going to chat away, and whichever profile you're coming through on, whether it's YouTube or whether it's Facebook, one of the things I'd just like to say to you guys here, would any of you understand here, there's a lady who wants to come through, and she's telling me that her name is Margaret, but she never wanted to, she never really was called Margaret. She's always called Marge or Maggie. Hola, virtual hug, says Maria. Good. Lovely to see you too, Maria. And Maria's going to be coming on the show next few weeks. She's going to be talking about spiritual hairdressing. That's always going to be interesting, isn't it? Yes. And yes. And where else are we going? Yes, good. Everybody's coming through on YouTube. So tonight, this is where it's working, guys. If you want to get your message through, then it's on YouTube. Yes, Alicia Space. Oh, never watched you on here. Well, there you go. Look. Oh, I do like your little logo there. Now, let's give a little shout out to you. This is Sally, Alicia Space Sally. And if you need a property, if you need a property, you need it renovating, contact Sally, herself and her husband Peter, do a great thing there. Yes, Caitlin, you can. Yes. Right. She says, if we're able to ask questions, Caitlin says, Black, anything to give me a little bit of hope. Yes, of course, we'd like to give a bit of hope. How about Bob Hope? It's not amusing, really, is it? No. We're trying there. Right. Okay. Caitlin, let's tie in on you here and just see how this goes on here. Right, Helen can take Maggie. Right, Caitlin, I'm gonna come back to you in a minute. Because this is what I got through first of all. Her name is Margaret. She says here that she was never called Margaret. She was always called Maggie or Marge, whatever it is. But you just said I could take Maggie. And she's also looking here because she's looking at property. She's looking at property. She wants to look here. She also says here something about the upper lip. Something I've got to talk about here about the upper lip. Something's going on here. Don't know what this is. Maybe it's a health thing, but she's laughing will be talking to me here. She also have another chap here. His name begins with R, and it may sound like Roger. Certainly, like Roger Moore, perhaps. Yes. How's that? A little bit of Bond. Anyway, thanks, Roger. Anyway, so he's actually coming through as well, and these two are standing side by side. And what they're doing to me here is they're showing me property, and they're showing me here. They're laughing with you because you're actually going to think here we were going to go that way. Hang on a minute, we may have another decision. We may go that way. So you're going to go that way. Interesting times here to say around you, and I think at the moment here what they're saying to me here is you're going to be laughing and thinking, what are we doing? Where are we going? It's going to be very interesting indeed, because I think plans around home life are going to change. She says it, they're going to change. They're not going to be quite what you thought. You're thinking there, oh yes, I know plan A, then we got plan B. No. Plan A and plan B are going to go out of the picture. Plan C is coming in, which is going to surprise you. And you're going, I can't believe what's happening. Now, interesting here is, and I'm going to say this to you, you're going to be pulled back to Spain. You're going to be drawn back to Spain. You're going to think, no, stay in England. That's that. No, you're going the opposite way. You're going to come back to Spain and think, I never thought this was going to happen. Yes, it certainly will do. This is what they want to tell me. Tell me here. And you're thinking that this is crazy and this is nuts. But actually, it's not. No, it isn't. It all looks good. So, she's laughing here. Lol. She's, oh my goodness, yes. And yes, there we go. So, guys, just to let you know here, if any of you are on Facebook at the moment, there seems to be a Facebook technical issue. It's not our issue. The cafe Clairvoyance never fails. No. But there is an issue of Facebook where you can't get things on the feed. But if you go onto YouTube to Cafe Clairvoyance, you can, which is why all the feeds come out like this. Now, Caitlin, let's come back to you. If we're able to ask questions, Caitlin Black, anything we give you gives us a bit of hope. Yes. Now, Caitlin, what I'd like to say to you here is I've got this lady coming through, and she shows me here. Shows me a lot to do with the fact I'm just going to put you up there. She shows me here a lot to do with her chest, but one side of her chest. She shows me like the left side of her chest here. And she wasn't very well. In fact, she was a very ill lady indeed before she passed over. And it's interesting here that your name starts with a C, but I get the feeling her name also starts with a C. So her name starts with a C here. And then she's trying to tell me about cancer. But it looked like something very, very ill here. But that's all gone now. She says here that she's very, very happy to come around you. And also, once she wants to look at here, she says the fear around you at the moment, if you understand this, Caitlin, is about money. About money. But what she actually wants to say to you here is it's not going to be about money which is going out. It's going to be money which is going to be coming in. Now, the energy is changing for you here. And it's interesting you've gone for the colour black. Because black does not mean to say here that this is all depressing and this is all low and this is all going cranky. No. What they're saying to me here is, and I understand the colour black here, because that's going into something and not being drawn into something that you can't see. That's why it's black. But then feeling and sensing the energy is getting stronger. And that's what's going to start coming up for you. That's what's really going to start making things work. And this is why I feel here that you're going through a specific time, which is going to be unusual, but actually money's going to start coming in, and you're going to be before the middle of September. They're telling me here before the middle of September, money, work, opportunities start to come back in. It may not be exactly what you want just yet, but the energy will soon start striving in your life and coming out of your life here as you come towards even going a bit later on in the year, and especially with the opportunities that present themselves then. You'll be worried about a house, they're telling me here, worried about where you're living. Keep fighting. Keep fighting here. Keep fighting. They're telling me do not give in. Don't give in. They're asking you to keep fighting here. And they see by the end of the year, you're actually you're in a state of prosperity, not a space of panic or loss. No, it actually gets calm by then. And this lady I'm talking to here, she just says here that I'm going to show you this. Okay, she wants to show me the fairground, and she wants to show me she's doing the sherbet. You know, the candy floss. She's given me loads of candy floss because she loved giving it to you when you were younger. She just loves the fairground, she says, because I think you adored it with her, and she was always a lovely thing to be able to surprise, be able to take this with you. And it's interesting here because I see the colours red and white. Red and white. This relates to her. Now, if I see red and white on a shop, this is either to do with a butcher's or a hairdressing salon, because I think they're red and white, some of them, aren't they? Or no, actually, anyway, it's a shop. a shop. I want to say this lady had a shop. So, but I just see the colours red and white. She wants to show me this here. But Kelly, she wants to show me that you're very, very special. And I also see another lady called Sylvia, who also wants to come through for you. And they're just saying to be here to keep that smile on your face. I know things are down at the minute. They're not going to stay there. They're not going to stay there at all. So hopefully that does well for you. Paul, I want to say a big thank you to you, buddy, because you helped me out a great deal this evening because I couldn't understand why the feed wasn't working. I thought there was something wrong with our equipment. It's not, it's Facebook. So Paul, I just wanted to say thank you very much. And for that, sir, I think I better do your little mini reading. How's that? Just say how things are going to be in the not too distant future. And as I'm doing this here, I want to bring through a gentleman here who is a friend of yours. He was here. Now, would you understand a gentleman who's a friend of yours here? He actually says that he passed away, I believe, quite some time ago. Had a very similar interest to you, but actually passed away on a motorbike. On a motorbike here. And he actually says that he was, yes, he's a young man. He says he's laughing. He's very jovial the way he's coming through. He says here he just didn't see at that particular time. Maybe because of bad weather or something happened, but boom, I just get the feeling his life was taken away from him quite quickly. But this guy's come over here. You're going to America. Paul, you're going to America. Yes, there's an invite coming to you to go for America. He's just shown me. There was always an interest, I believe, to go to America. You're going to America. Got to say it to you. And, right, okay. Let's look at 3 piles of cards here. And if I look at the cards here, we're going, let's go towards the left. Left, and see what left are doing here. The left pile here are saying, yes, you're going to travel. You're going to be on the move. You're going to be looking at your job, your traveling life here. You're also going to be looking but where you want to be home-wise, or where your life's going to be going in a not too distant future here. There's something to do here too. She wants to say here that this guy wants to say to me here is that you got to watch water ingress regarding the place that where you live at the moment. And also here, there's this a lot of talk about things here. Now, I've got to say to you, which you're sometimes thinking, oh God, I don't want this to happen. For example, like, can you stay where you are? Are you able to stay where you are? For the time being, yes. However, there's going to be invitations that come up in front of you, Paul, which are going to be just absolutely phenomenal. And you're going to go here, well, how can you turn this down? How can you turn this down? And all of this comes through the people you're going to meet in front of you. People you're going to meet in front of you. So I think that's a big thing here. Guys, I'm going to carry on for a few more minutes because we had so many technical issues at the start there with Facebook that I carry on here. But Kenny just towards shows loads of hearts. So thank you very, very much indeed. And big hearts back to you too. In fact, have a little hoot. Paul, let's give this to you. Yep, there you go. Good. Right, okay. Anyone else there would like a little reading? I am more than helping and more than welcome to come and do this for you guys. And Sally, let's come over to you. Let's go and do a little one for you. I know you're probably thinking, I was just about to type them, but done it for you instead. Right, okay. Now, it's interesting here because I've got... Would you understand here about second relationships somewhere, like a marriage before, but not necessarily you? So you here. I've got a lady here who wants to come through. She's actually talking away to me here, and she wants to say that she's she wants to say to me here, but she comes from a second relationship level. Like, for instance, you had grandparents, and maybe someone divorced or they moved away and then they remarried again. Now, it's interesting here. Would you understand the name Catherine, please? Catherine. Sally, if I said to you the name Catherine, because I've got a lady here. Now, it may not be her name, but she's related to a name to Catherine, and she wants to come through to you. She says to me here, she says that, would you understand that you're starting to arrange a new business yourself? Start something yourself here, which could have amazing opportunities to it in the next few months. This is what she wants to say. She's bringing through a major opportunity, but it's something you want to start yourself. It's a new plan. It's a new plan. And it's interesting here is, because I would say here by this year, especially coming into October, that Mars is going to be retrograde and the energy is going to be slow. However, you've got Jupiter and Pluto, which are going to be pushing pushing through the ice block, if you call it like that, make your way here. And I think something around October time, you'll be wanting to start this new plan, whatever it is here, and it's good. It's very, very good. So Sally, if you would understand doing something else there, then absolutely fantastic. And right, let's go. Maria. Says Maria. She says, "Hola. Let's do a little one around you." And she was actually talking about the number 21 earlier on, and she was saying on the show here. She said that she wanted to find out what 21 actually meant. Well, now I can actually get you here. I have to say here and say that number 21 is about doing things creatively. It's about a creative beginning, creative start in some respect here. So that looks. So I think that's mighty good around you. They're actually saying to me here too that say to me too is I'm calling through you here. I've got a gentleman here who's passed over. Very nice gentleman. He's just smiling at me. He's got big cheeks, big cheeks. He wants to smile through his cheeks. He was a very to himself man, and yet he was very loved by people. He just wants to step forwards to you. And he's on the father's side of your family. And as he just steps forwards here, he wants to reach out to give you a hug here. And he says, it's almost like you're going to do a move of some kind. He just says, now then. He's saying to me here to say to you, would you understand if I said to you, you just got to just look slowly, look carefully. He's just saying this to me here to say to you that maybe you'd understand here, Maria, that you just need to, just don't be too quick. Don't be too quick off the mark here, Maria. She's just saying to me, just stand back here a little bit and all become a lot more evident around you and all become a lot clearer. And this is what they want to say here. So interesting times ahead, I would say, at the very least. And Maria, I'm also getting a feeling here, it's not necessarily what you're going to aim for over the next few weeks or months or so. It's actually going to be the benefit to you. It's what's brought to you. What's brought to you. Let's have a look there. Guys, it's been an interesting evening here. And I've learned a lot this evening. Sometimes when Facebook plays up like this, I know what to do to say to you guys, to help you guys, is to get straight onto YouTube. In fact, if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to YouTube, so that it's always going to be something that you can just jump back to if Facebook plays up like it did tonight. And sorry about that. It's just one of those things. But YouTube is working just hunky-dory. And I want to say thank you, a big thank you to Deborah, because she's had to put up the patience here, me running backwards and forwards, trying to work this out, what the problem was. And just to say here, guys, thank you very, very much for coming through this evening. And I'm going to be back on Tuesday with... I've always got to look very carefully about how to pronounce this guy's name. And Jamana Javina Das. And he's a Hare Krishna follower. And we'll be having a great conversation there. He's, how can I say, he's very interesting, very entertaining, great to talk to. And I'm sure we'll be able to have a great evening. In the meantime, though, I'd just like to say here, thank you to you guys watching this evening, and I wish you a wonderful Sunday. See you Tuesday. And if there is a problem on Facebook, you know what to do, guys. Just go straight onto YouTube. Subscribe to the channel there, the Cafe Clairvoyance channel, and you'll be able to come straight on. But yes. Okay. See you soon. Have a great evening and warm wishes to you. And yes, big heart. And burgers, hearts and burgers, it's all the same. It's all the same. All means fabulous things. You take care. From myself and Deborah, have a very, very good evening.